Hi friends, Quinn here. It has been 2 months since I've last filmed. Please forgive me. Life has just been pretty hectic after my last upload and I'm finally getting back into it, so please expect more frequent uploads. But yeah, my last video was my room tour. Thank you so much for all the love on that video, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. But after I uploaded that video, one thing came after another and I just kept pushing back filming. I will be uploading a video where I show off all the figures I've received in the past 2 months, so please look forward to that. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. And in today's video, we will be unboxing a 1/6 scale that is 6,600 yen retail, which is so crazy, and I'm so excited to see how the figure turns out. And if it does turn out great, I'm looking forward to seeing more from this manufacturing company. A bit of context of the company is they're called Bear Panda, and if you don't know who they are, I believe they are a Chinese manufacturing company, and they have been in the talks in the figure community for their good pricing. I think they're releasing like quarter scale bunnies for like not even half the price of fring bunnies. Let me check how much they're actually selling the bunnies for. 12,000 yen. 12,000 yen for a quarter scale bunny is crazy. But I wanted to start off with buying this particular figure because I love the illustrator that the figure is based off of. Tamano Kodama is the illustrator. I probably butchered that name. And they have a very popular OC character named Lulumu, or in Japanese it's Rurumu. Very cute pink-haired succubus girl, and Bear Panda has made a figure of that character as a 1/6 for 70 Australian dollars, which is so crazy to me. That's like the retail price of a Nendoroid. Fingers crossed she turned out good. Let's check her out and open her up. As I open the box, I really want to talk about getting more of this character as figures. I really like the one Pure has made, where she's in like a brown bodysuit, but that one is quite expensive, and I think they also made a 1-to-1 scale of that figure, which is so crazy. And I'm also really loving the one by Bishop's Rondo. I think she's releasing next month, but it's the Valentine version, and she's wearing the apron and her hair spells out love. I think that is so freaking cute. Army postcard, the workers getting ready to overcharge us with shipping. Actually, no, let's talk about shipping. I know I just gave them shit, but the shipping for this particular video was actually pretty decent. I'll leave a screenshot of the invoice I got. Not bad, and I paid DHL because I really wanted to get her ASAP. Oh, here she is. The box is a lot smaller than I thought it would be for a 1/6. Here is her box. It is so cute. Bear Panda, the manufacturer, and a little illustration preview of what the figure is based off of. If you hear rustling in the background, that's my cat playing with the Ami box. She's having so much fun. It looks like you're meant to open the figure from the side, which is interesting. And it just opens up like that. Oh, I'm excited. Here's how the figure looks on the inside. I'm going to assemble her and I will quickly be back to show her off and give my thoughts. I kid you not, I just spent 15 minutes trying to get her tail in. That was... Oh my gosh, okay. After 10 years, we have finally assembled her. She's really cute, despite how difficult she was to put together. Oh my gosh. Since I'm complaining about it, oh, my cat's gonna go up. Since I'm complaining about it so much, let's start with the horrendous assembly of this figure. So with her tail, you have to stick it behind her back and it kind of intertwines with her hair. And obviously you're supposed to remove her head, remove her hair pieces to put the tail in. But the real struggle was putting the head and the hair back on so that it would fit between her hair. And it's just like every time I attempted to, it would either, the tail would either come off and pop off of her back, or I'd be scared to break the tail because it's so fragile and thin. And I definitely think you have to position it correctly, otherwise it's just not going to fit properly. There are some figures where you can get away with it, but this one in particular, it's very specific and it was very difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, my cat. Hello. Love her. Anyway, the other things I'm also noticing is her bangs. Her front hairpiece is quite easy to pop off, which is not the best in my opinion. Like, sure, it's great that it's not a struggle to take off, but I'd just be worried it would fall off and I'd either lose the piece or it would get damaged. But going the opposite route, her pigtails were a mission to put in. I tried really hard to push them in as far as I could, but I don't even think they're fully fleshed in, so that's another thing. But those last 2 points weren't even that bad. The tail, just be really careful. I looked at the instructions, I still struggled. I even watched the assembly of Fig Memo here on YouTube, and that was helpful, but I still struggled. Like, it's just really difficult. Anyway, besides that, let's talk about the quality and the figure itself and how it turned out. And like, honestly, I think this is such a steal. I cannot believe that this was 6,000 yen, which is so crazy to me given the concept, the design, and the size of the figure. I actually think her hair sculpt, especially her bangs, are done really well. They're really sharp and crisp, and the shading on the hair is also really nice. And even just the rest of her hair being super dynamic and flowy with the pink and white shading and the purple tips, I think it's quite lovely. I think they captured her face really beautifully. I do think her eye decals are a little muted. I don't know if that was a design choice or if that was the best quality they could come up with as a result, but I still think it's really cute. I love that her mouth is actually sculpted. They could have done just like a little dot for the expression she's giving, but no, it's sculpted. There is a bit of depth in the inside of her mouth, and she does have blush as well, and I think it's the perfect amount of blush. In terms of her skin, there is some shading on her body. I do think they could have been more heavy on the shading when it comes to her skin, especially in the torso or shoulder area, but the shading on her tummy is quite prominent and it does give her stomach a defined look, which I really appreciate. I just wish it was all over. And honestly, I think the paint job is decent. Obviously her hair is really great. I love the metallic red all over her body with the ribbons and the bows. Now, when it comes to the main part of her outfit, which is essentially just a bikini with the stockings, they have gone with the route of this milky, shimmery paint, which I do think is nice, but unfortunately, when it comes to the frilly part of the top of her panties, it does get a tiny bit splotchy and messy. But that's only me being super critical and picky. Like, I don't want to just say, oh, this figure's amazing, it's only $60. Like, we want to find the flaws on how it compares to a general 1/6, right? So far we have the splotchy paint on her panties, the difficult assembly and the muted decals. Which the muted decals I'm not even sure is an actual critique. It just really depends if that was the intention and if you mind it or not. I thought it was great that they did something similar to Kotobukiya where she is screwed or locked into her base so you cannot remove her on her base, which is great because she's on one foot and I was initially worried about leaning issues over time, but because she's screwed in, I don't think she's leaning over anytime soon. And I do think the fluffy pillow at the bottom is really adorable as well. Now let's talk about her size. I do think she is big. Do I think she's a 1/6? I think so. She looks like a 1/6 to me. Maybe a short 1/6, but like, does that make sense? Wideness wise, she's definitely a 1/6. She's just a short character, so yeah. I will show some comparison shots of other 1/7 scales and 1/6 scales that I have, just so you guys can get an idea of her size. Now let me get this scary faceplate. Here is the faceplate. Is it looking at you? I hope so. I don't like this. I think it's great that they added an additional faceplate, which is always nice for the consumer to choose and pick what faceplate they would like to display their figure with. But I just think this is weird. Like, when I think of these moving eyes, the first thing I think of are those bust figures, especially the Re:Zero characters of Ram, and Amelia. I think that's so scary. And I just don't think it looks nice. I personally would have preferred this faceplate without the moving eyes mechanic. I would love to have both of her eyes open as an option. And the other con with this faceplate is it's technically just a whole head. And so if you wanted to put this faceplate on and you changed your mind, you would have to remove her hair, remove her head, put this head back on, and then you would have to deal with putting the hair and intertwining it back with the tail again. And I just find that so frustrating. I don't know why it wasn't just a straight up faceplate, but that's going to be really annoying if you want to interchange between the two faces. I will say one pro is I'm noticing that this faceplate has a lot more blush than the original faceplate. For you guys though, I will show b-roll of the figure with this faceplate. Oh, maybe I shouldn't commit to that and cut that out of the video. But that is the end of the video. I'm so happy to have my first Kedama illustration figure of Lulumu. I think she's so cute and I'm so happy. I think despite the flaws she has, she is definitely so much more worth, wait, what? She is worth the price. Not even worth the price. I think like if I were to give a pricing for this figure, I'd probably like maybe bump it up to 12,000 yen, but we're getting it for 6,000 yen, which is so crazy. As of filming this video, she is still available in stock on AmiAmi, so if you are wanting her, quickly go grab her because I have a feeling she's going to be quite popular and a little difficult to get in the aftermarket. And just such a breath air to not spend $200 on a 1/6 scale. Not even 200, like 300. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!